Hi there, I'm Robert Nisbet.
And I'm Darren Howard. You're tuned in to Radio Free Canada, where we are inviting you to the World Community Film Festival.
At OCL College in downtown Kelowna.
That's right, at OUC.
OUC College.
That's okay, whatever. We're not corporate, you know that. But we are going to be on location and recording on Sunday, starting at 12 noon or slightly there before. And we're going to be in the Activist Pit. And then we're going to be co-hosting a movie on transition.
A film about different ways of thinking and approaching things that maybe actually will give us some answers on how to get out of this mess we're in.
And hopefully we're going to have a chance to talk to Carol Kurgan of the Council of Canadians, who's also putting on this event. It's the World Community Film Festival. We're inviting you to come down, and it's going to be cool.
It's free admission. Admission is by donation.
And remember, a lot of that goes to In From the Cold, some people who are helping with homelessness, unlike City Hall.
You mean actually giving into the common unity?
Yes.
What a concept.
Make sure you come down and join us. Sunday, 12 noon at Okanagan College. We're probably going to be there early, hang around late, and we're going to be talking about the world of change and information that's out there.
We'll see you there.
We're innovation. We're jobs. We're American. We're the American Petroleum Institute, and we're your best friends. We're pleased to announce the State Department reported no significant greenhouse gas emissions resulting from the Keystone XL pipeline. Because, like it or not, more tar sands oil is on the way. Sometimes a pipe is just a pipe. Under the leadership of our CEO, Jack Gerard, we made sure the State Department hired a member of our organization to help conduct the environmental review. A member who has previously worked for the very company who wants to build the beautiful and necessary pipeline they're reviewing. We at API have spent the most we ever have on lobbying, and it's paying off, with global warming confusion and a long-term commitment to fossil fuels. But just to be sure, we've also been spending to spy on environmentalists, because you can buy peace of mind. Jack Gerard is confident that after Obama's full-throated endorsement of natural gas, he'll soon give a fuller-throated endorsement of oil.
He'll be gargling oil for breakfast if he knows what's good for him.
We're almost there, thanks to the American Petroleum Institute. Soon, the Keystone XL pipeline will be delivering clean, emissions-free tar sands oil that will do everything good you ever thought possible. Leave the worrying about oil spills, eminent domain, and carbon footprints to those unstable farmers, homeowners, and hippies. Real Americans will sit back, relax, and do what we tell you to do.
Hi there, I'm Darren Howard.
And I'm Robert Nisbet.
We're here talking about corruption in downtown Kelowna in the fog and the sunshine. What an equinox to be going through.
It is an odd day.
The American Petroleum Institute. I'm loving it because, of course, Mark Fiore is producing these things. MarkFiore.com is where you get that. Make sure you stay tuned because he's got awesome stuff.
That's right.
And, of course, we have awesome stuff because we're talking about corruption.
That's right. Apparently the EU or the UK passport office has got some corruption issues because apparently they're issuing passports and visas to whoever can pay for them.
So money jumped to the front of the line once again. Let's take a look more at corruption in video radio, Radio Free Canada.
David Cameron is having a hard time deciding whether to let starving refugees from Syria into the country. Too bad the refugees don't have a spare £1 million. If they had, their troubles would be over. Introducing Henley & Partners. This private Jersey-registered British company specializes in citizenship solutions, or in layman's terms, helps you buy a passport. A contentious new scheme by Malta to sell EU passports to millionaires will begin processing applicants this month. And Henley and Partners, the designer and principal contractor for the program, could make over £50 million through commission and client fees. They have a 10-year exclusivity deal with the Maltese government, and they're not only marketing the scheme, but are also in charge of performing due diligence on each millionaire applicant. Once they do their own check on the customer, they pass everything on to a brand new Maltese government agency, Identity Malta, and keep their fingers crossed for their commission. And as they only make any money if they manage to successfully broker a passport, you can see where the incentive lies when it comes to checking the applicant isn't coming to the EU to start a sleeper cell for Al-Qaeda.
You know, it's so safe, of course, them being in charge of all this stuff that keeps us so safe because we're so safe.
Yeah, security theater, it is to laugh.
Make sure you get informed on that, and as usual, question our facts. We do not say, trust us, we are an authority, because we are two random guys with a video camera on the streets.
However, in King City, California, apparently the public servants charged with keeping order are themselves subject of an investigation.
Yes, those people who have badges have not earned their badges. So check this out.
6 cops in Central California have been arrested in an alleged illegal impounding scheme. The allegations include 4 police officers who would impound vehicles, and usually these vehicles would belong to poor Hispanics living in the area. And then if the people failed to pay the fees in order to get their car back, they would go ahead and either sell the car or give the car away to other officers. So just to give you some specific numbers on this, they found that more than 200 vehicles have been impounded. 87% of the vehicles impounded were taken in by the same towing company. Now, one of the police officials that has been arrested as a result of this has a brother who owns a towing company, and that's exactly where the cars were ending up.
That's what a coincidence. And he was the acting chief of police there, and his brother's towing company gets 87% of those towing jobs. And then a lot of those cars wind up in the cops' hands. Lots of coincidences there. You know, they arrested 6 out of the 17 cops in that town. So a third of the force has been eliminated in one day. Okay,
Yeah.
So they're actually worried about now crime increasing, ironically. So they're actually having neighboring towns come in and help with their policing. But it turns out they needed to police the police.
Apparently there are some cases of bribery, and also the police department was facing investigation because apparently whenever they would get money back from robberies that took place in the area, they would skim some of that money before returning it to the bank.
These guys, really?
So
Ooh, that's
shady.
just shocking. But look, credit to Monterey County District Attorney Dean Flippo there and the entire system for catching the guys.
Yeah.
You know, and protecting those people who are powerless. So overall, it's actually a good story in the sense that there was some justice.
At any rate,
There's a movement afoot down the stage to give wealthy individuals even more control over their democratic process. There's a hearing going on in the Supreme Court right now. However, one brave soul stood up and made his voice heard and spoke truth to power. Check this out from 99 Rise.
Well, we have a historic protest at the Supreme Court. Not only did someone rise up and speak out against the court in the case of McCutcheon and speak out in favor of democracy and the American people, and that is actually fairly unprecedented. It's only happened a couple of times in the last 2 decades. But we now have video of the event. I believe we're the first media show showing you the video. I know some websites have had it, and obviously 99 Rise, who has the video in the first place, is the one that put it out there because the co-founder, Kai Newkirk, is the one who did the protest. First, what you're about to see is something that has literally never been seen before. A video inside the Supreme Court. It is not legal to tape in there, but some brave souls went in there just to show people how things are going down and to protest Citizens United and what the Supreme Court has done to our democracy. So watch it first.
Thank you, Counsel. I rise on behalf of the vast majority of the American people who believe that money is not speech Corporations are not people, and our democracy should not be for sale to the highest bidder. Overturn Citizens United. Keep the cash in the country. We will demand office.
So that took a few cojones to smuggle a camera into the Supreme Court.
And, you know, he's probably getting hunted down right now. The interesting thing is these things show up and then they stay up because they get torn down and then someone reloads it and it's torn down again. And then if you know anything about torrenting, you'll know that they exist out there forever.
Yeah, I think they have a bit of an issue with that, the powers that shouldn't be.
Yeah, that's probably why they're watching each and everything that we do. By the way, a big shout out to the guys at the NSA. Remember, Darren Howard said the word bomb parts.
Well, watch out, Al-Qaeda, be afraid.
Be afraid. Remember, if you're not afeared enough, you don't pay enough taxes. So, hang on a second. Coming up, next clip, the next segment we've got coming up, we're talking about banking.
Oh, banking, my favorite subject, not.
Yes. Cash flow, fractional reserve lending being what it is. We're going to be talking about bankers jumping out of buildings, bankers getting revealed with their pants down, you know, stuff like that to amuse you.
And maybe even some bankers doing the perp walk.
Perp walking bankers. That'd be like Harper doing the perp walk.
Yeah.
So, while we collectively grin over that thought, I am Darren Howard.
And I am Robert Nisbet.
Couple random guys with a video camera. Thank you very much for your views on YouTube, and we will keep reporting. In fact, we will keep telling the truth.
As long as they keep lying.
Okay.
Target is proud to announce the grand opening of 124 locations across Canada. You'll be amazed at what's happened to your old Zeller store. We've painted it red. Exact same selection, exact same prices, but now with a bold, new, redder theme. You'll find it exciting and fresh, yet strangely familiar. Bev is still working the cash, but with a new logo on her smock. So check out your new Target store, almost exactly like your old Zeller store, but now red and American. Yee-haw!
Sometimes our mind wanders, and when we snap back to reality, we have no idea what we missed or how long we were gone. Daydreaming isn't the only thing that causes this inattention blindness. When we talk on the phone while driving, there are periods when we go blind to our environment without realizing it. So billboards, cars, kids playing, even stop signs and red lights can pass us by unnoticed. Certain things may seem harmless, but some activities just aren't safe to combine. Our brain is not wired to pay attention to more than one complex task at a time. What we're actually doing when we think we're multitasking is quickly shifting our focus from one activity to another. So while our mind is engaged in applying makeup, arguing with backseat drivers, fumbling for a water bottle, or a conversation, it's blind to the road. In fact, drivers are 4 times more likely to crash while talking on the phone, and 23 times more likely while texting. Driving can feel uneventful, but it really takes our full attention to keep the car on the road. We're surrounded by distractions that can hijack our focus. Whether we let them is up to us.
I'm Chris O'Tile, and I'm going to show Prime Minister Harper how to spruce up a hot tub. Now, Mr. Harper, I know what you're thinking. My hot tub isn't hot enough. Well, all you got to do is get some asbestos, measure it out in the shape of your hot tub, cut it out. We have one here. Roy Lowe. Way to take one for the team, Roylo. How's that feel, a shock?
You're an awful man.
Here's an asbestos fun fact.
Since the year 2000, more workers have died from asbestos disease in BC than any other workplace injury.
Wow, really? Oh well. You might want to get out of there, Shock.